What's up, y'all? We are back. We're back. Let me get this. It's back. Alright. Let me see. Alright. Got to do these screenshots. We back day 7, y'all. Man, every day, bro, I get up and I'm like, thank God, obviously, for the day. Let me charge this up. Alright. It's gonna be on 10%, bruh. Thank y'all. Obviously, every day, y'all, it's just a blessing to number one get up and pursue this. You know, definitely not easy. Trying to get up every day, trying to go after this, but because I feel like this is something that I want to do long term, I gotta get up and do it. You know, I gotta get up and do it. I gotta feel like there's more for me to give. So last few days was bad, I'm not gonna lie. Simply because I was so hard on myself, you know. Kind of had to take a step back because like I was just doing too much, you know. I was juggling, trying to upload on Instagram and TikTok and then, you know, YouTube. So now, like, what I do now is just like I trying to see. Give me 1 second. I think I'm missing something. So yeah, like last few days has been a little tough because just, you know, you're embarking on this journey of just creating content every day, clipping, and you know, when you're trying to balance all of this, you reach a wall. I'm not gonna lie, you do reach a wall. And so last few days, day 5 and day 6 were just like really like it was like a mind clog. And so I had to kind of reset, you know, understand where I'm at, and really sit with myself and try and bring some clarity. That's why I'm glad this isn't like a 24/7 because, man, I'll be messed up. But like it's almost like after I get off, like I'm allowed to like really, you know, think. But each and every time I get off, I'm already thinking about the next day, you know. But you know, all of this is just to really be a lesson of like really mentally reset yourself, mentally just be at a point where you got to take care of yourself at the end of the day. You know, you got to take care. You got to always be mindful of things you guys got to do at the end of the day, and just be at your best regardless of what output that you're looking for or expectations that you have of yourself. Like, I just think like you should never have like this metric or number in your head of what, because once you have a number of in your head, then everything else starts to crumble because it's like, oh, if I don't meet this number, then everything else falls. That's not the case. Like, you should always do it out of the passion and the love for I guess whatever you want to do, and never focus on like a specific goal. Like, it even goes back to like when making music. Like, you know, when I started making music, I wanted to always just create a vibe, create an experience, talk about stuff that I went through as just living, and things that I went through and perspectives that I see as an artist. I never took on the battle of like, oh, I want to win Grammys and be in front of like, sell out arenas. Like, I feel like all that stuff is just, it dilutes the art, because then it's like you're just doing this just to be recognized on a level amongst your peers, or like are you really trying to help others and help people navigate through their traumas? But sometimes, and a lot of times, like, most artists are kind of singing off of the backs of great songwriters and not necessarily putting in the efforts and not wanting to give experience. So it's no knock on them. They execute the song perfectly, but I feel like artistry should supposed to be from the pen work, to the performance, to all of these things. And it just kind of ties back into like, you should never, I guess, put yourself out there and do things for the sake of like the materialistic things. Like, I've always said, when I stepped into the music, and obviously you want to reach a point where you're partners with either a major label or you're doing the independent. But even if you reach that high status where you might get nominated for an award, or just nominated for any like award, like, winning would never be like my goal, right? Because it's a variable that is out of your hands, right? What people can get from the art is only what the person that perceive it. You can't control that. That's not like basketball, where there's an objective, and there's a goal to accomplish. Like, music is very subjective, and so for people to like fight for an award, for something that's very subjective, I come from a world where everything is objective based, like with basketball, so that's why, like, when I do music, I do it for the love of bringing in an experience, or bringing an idea in your head to a physical experience that other people can relate to, or be inspired by, or just overall just heal, and that's my championships. When I put out songs, when people say, hey man, this song is dope, like, those are my championships, not anything like materialistic. Same goes for streaming. Once I step into the streaming world, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm trying to get stream out of here and do all, like, I just never understood like these recognitions. Like, what does it do? Why should a recognition make you step your game up? It's good to be recognized amongst peers, but at the end of the day, if you're not doing it for your supporters, if you're not trying to help your supporters in streaming, or it's anything in life, anybody that, like, if you don't do anything to inspire or to help, it's not even necessarily motivate, but if you don't do that, then it's pointless, then it becomes baseless, and I feel like a lot of people are very passionate about very baseless things. I call me an a-hole, but I just think anybody, like, if it's not like a sport like football or basketball or like, any other sport, baseball, like if you're not playing for that championship, everything else is meaningless. um, all the other stuff can come and go. So that's a difference because there's an objective at hand. With anything outside of you know basketball or any sports, like you know in the world, whether it's like want to be on Forbes list and all this, like stuff don't matter. That stuff doesn't make you any more credible, or like it's good to like. And I'm not saying it's not appreciated if it happens, but it shouldn't be the end all be all, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people, like, and I see it on TikTok so much. Oh, I'm gonna be this one day, like, and I'm finna to say this, like, honestly, like, yo, if you have a goal and you're just telling the world, hey, I'm gonna be the next biggest star, next superstar, or I'm gonna be this, and I I understand manifestation is like huge, right? I understand that. But there's just some things that should not always be put out into the world for people to judge, because once you put things out like that into the world, that gives everybody the ammunition that in case it doesn't happen, they have all the ammo to keep putting at you. And it's unnecessary pressure you're putting on yourself. Why do you want to put it out for people to know? It doesn't matter, right? Document it silently if that's what you truly like want to do it, right? Like though, like, because it makes the story more legit, once it like comes together, and then like everybody sees what you're doing. That's different, right? But if you're like, you go on TikTok every day, or you go on these social media platforms, yeah, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, and then months is passing and there's no like progression, like they're gonna be like, what was that for? Like, a person's marketing shouldn't be, I'm gonna be the next greatest. It shouldn't be. Show it. You should always show it in your work, in your craft. Bring people into your world rather than just tell people what you're going to do. Show them, right? Because we always live in this world where like you telling them is only it's surface. It's very surface, but you showing them and you bringing them in, that's the hardest thing, because it's not a simple task to do. It takes a lot of thought, to think about. It really does. And it's just all about how you see yourself, where you see yourself, and how you see yourself. Like, all of those things matter. And you just gotta really believe, beyond what anybody has to say, beyond what what society pressures you to feel like you should be doing. Like, do it because you love to do it. Don't do it because you're trying to appease other people. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do so many times. It's like we're just trying to appease the people around us versus actually loving and appreciating the art of anything. So that's the thing that I just think about and I see on TikTok every day. Who cares that you're going to be the next best thing? Who cares? What are you going to do, though? Nobody cares about, and you want to say it so bad, but you don't want to be like, man, you hate it, but I just don't understand why, like, you telling the world is going to do for you. It's not going to make your dreams attract even more. It's just only going to put unnecessary pressure for you to do that thing. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a get a Grammy one day. It's like, okay, who cares? Like, how are you going to show and prove yourself that you're going to do it? Nobody cares that you say it. Anybody can say anything. You know, I can say I'm going to win the Super Bowl and the NBA championship in the next day. And it's baseless. That's why I say, like, you know, a person like me striving for that, you know, and I'm just saying that was just an example, but just me striving for things that are subjective, you know, and enjoying the art. Like, nobody should just strive for, like, awards. And I'm not talking about championships. I'm talking about awards. You know, anything that has an objective, I understand why you're striving for that. Okay? That's different. But being awards and all these things, you know, best new artist or song of the year, who cares? As long as you are feeding to the people that support you, that should be the only thing that you care about, right? But we put too much effort into. Now, do we want, like, you know, at the end of the day, this is a business, right? With music, it's still a business. Do you want to get, you know, a platinum hit? Yeah. But it's because of it wanting to be a classic, and it's unforgettable. You want those things. Like, anybody would want that. But then you would want those deep cuts that people might have overlooked too. So it's I just see that so many times now, just on TikTok, you know, and it's not just music, it's just anybody that wants to be just recognized amongst peers. I just never been a fan of wanting to be recognized amongst peers. Be recognized by the people that support you. Because once you can do that, all the other things attract to you naturally. You know? So, but I got a little off topic because it wasn't really what I wanted to talk about. But what I wanted to talk about, let me see. What I wanted to talk about is the power of two people greater than one. And I've been a little, like, back and forth. It was something that I thought about today. And you wonder if it's like, is that a good way to, like, do things? But I think, especially in the Black community, like, the power of two is starting to become rare every day. Because it's like everybody wants to be that number one. And for good reason, like, but everybody's not designed to be number one, you know? Like, they're not designed to be the main character or, you know, be a good supporting character. Like, why is that a bad thing? Like, if I knew I can help somebody, I would do it with no hesitation. But it's like people are so egotistical and main character syndrome that it's like, no, it has to be me. And it's like, if that supporting situation can help you eventually get to a main, that's different, right? That's different. I mean, we should always strive, but I think a lot of people are really designed for that versus, like, trying to strive and trying to be something that you don't really put in the effort to be. You know, a lot of people aren't really obsessed with certain things that they say that they want. And it's just a matter of just seeing and showing, like, okay, what are you doing to show and prove that this is what you want to do, or at the highest level, or being, like, what are you showing? And a lot of people can't show it. They can talk about it, as I just said before. They can talk about it, but what are you doing to show it? Because we live in a society where everything is based on action. Productivity is based on action. We're not trying to hear what you can do. We're not trying to hear for potential. We want to see the results. And after we see the results, then you can pop your stuff. But the results come first. Nothing else before that. Talking about it and not, that's cute and all, but if you talk about it and the job doesn't get done, then what? So, but to the original topic, is power of two greater than one? At this time, when you don't have a team, no. When you don't have people that want to align, no. Because there's people that are very selfish and they might just want to collaborate just cause for the sake of. But I think the power of two aligned people is definitely greater than one. But if you have the chance to do it by yourself, do it. I had to learn the hard lesson, always trying to bring people around and always trying to have people believe in something. People are only going to believe what they want to believe at the end of the day, Does it suck that it's like that? Definitely, right? Because you want people that you're around. Like me, I have a very, I don't really like to work with other people that I don't know, right? Because there's learning curves, but sometimes you got to realize, when people are professionals and when people are just like when the relationship starts at a business level, you're going to get whatever work that you need done because it starts at business. It starts and end at business. Everything that I just as I get older, it's like everything doesn't require a personal relationship. And that's what I thought like early on is like, man, I got to be able to trust these folks, right? But you start to realize like once relationships get a little too personal, it gets very emotional, and then now it's like now the logic starts to dilute. Now you're not doing things as a business person to get the job done. So that's why in certain sense business relationships that aren't personal might be more productive for you versus trying to get people that you can trust them, but just because you trust them, do they get the job done at an efficient rate? In most cases, I don't want to say no, but if you put it over people that are actual trained professionals, obviously not. But for a person like me, it's like I always wanted to build with those people. Yeah, you might not get a productive or efficient outcome the first few times, but if we build this up, we can eventually become one of the best. Just all built off trust. But everybody don't think the way that I think. Everybody thinks that. Everybody wants the hot pocket microwave rewards, and people don't want to put stuff in the oven. They don't want to bake it. They don't want to allow it to cook, allow the juices to simmer, and letting the plant blossom into just this beautiful flower. It's like we don't cherish that because it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of patience, and people like patience. So. But when you love what you do, you're always patient. Okay. So that was like my little topic of today. I didn't want to really talk too much. But we finna go into the reactions. Chat reacts. I'm actually getting a lot more watching than I thought. And I'm going to start putting my stuff on TikTok too. Seeing how, like a lot of the stuff with TikTok is like, I just be so hesitant with like put in that content, but I'm gonna really start trying different things, and seeing if people resonate with the content. So let's get into one of the videos. We got this. Let me go here. All right. It says Gen Z with sugar daddy tries using stolen credit card for $38.70 at Louis Vuitton. Let's see.
On the 9th of November 2024, police received an emergency report from the victim stating that her credit card had been fraudulently used. When officers approached a young woman who was attempting to complete a purchase of a designer handbag valued at several $1,000s, they immediately suspected her of engaging in theft-related criminal activity. The confrontation quickly escalated, turning what appeared to be a luxury shopping trip into a tense and dramatic felony criminal investigation.
All right, perfect. And you swear everything you told me is true?
Yeah.
All righty. And what time did you last use it? Do you remember?
Last time I used this credit card was last night at the Latin market. But
Okay, but did you have it here? Do you think you had it?
I did have it here.
You did have it here, but somehow you...
So I lost it either in the parking lot, because when I got out of my car, my wallet was open and everything fell. But I remember...
All right, perfect. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me figure out, okay? How do we know for sure that that was her that made it?
So they only had one declined credit card, and it was her.
Gotcha. I guess one of the salesperson told you.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The store manager told me that this was the only declined credit card.
Can you just get the store manager for? I don't want to walk in and spook or I don't know if he's in front. So I just real quick talk to him right quick, and then I'll try to make contact with him. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Store manager.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me your part. So how did you get involved?
The client that you just spoke with
Yep.
about the report, she came into the store and said, I just had a charge for this amount, $3,870, that I declined. Like, I got a fraud alert on my thing, and I declined it, and it happened here in Louis Vuitton. So someone had stolen my card, and then they came to the store.
Okay.
At literally moments before she walked in, we had just declined the transaction for that exact amount.
Were you a part of that transaction?
I was not.
You was not? Okay, damn.
The client advisor was in there, and so then we put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, this is getting a little crazy. I really want to see what happens.
Realized that this was the same person. Additionally, the lady you just spoke with her, the client gives a name when they come into the store, they check in. The client that stole her card gave us the name.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
When the card declined, she shared, oh, I'm in a hurry, never mind, I'll just come back later. She quickly disappeared. And then they just stood right over there. Her and another guy that was not with her in store. So he came over here and joined her here. Then after some time, she came back in, and now she's in the store reattempting her purchase.
Gotcha. Do you see the young lady? Can you point her out to me?
Yes, absolutely. She's wearing the black dress with the tattoo on her left arm.
Gotcha. So obviously hers didn't. Gotcha. What are they trying to do now? Do you even know?
They said that they wanted to look at a bag. We pulled a bag out of the window. We've got one of our managers helping her who knows what.
I'm trying to get confused. So,
Alrighty. And perfect. And you swear everything you told me is true?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And what time did you last use it? Do you remember?
okay. So this is her credit card that's being used. The person that stole it is inside the store. Okay.
If a client is just tapping their card and we don't take possession of their card, we actually don't have to check identification on her. But in this situation, Eva is going to make sure that when they go to pay with a card, that we ask for ID.
Gotcha.
Make sure that we check it, right? So likely that will stop whatever kind of foolishness they're doing.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. You guys can continue on with whatever sell y'all are doing, or I could just intervene. So it's up to you if you guys want to just go on or whatever, or I can do whatever.
We'd like to just continue on peacefully in store, not cause a scene. Get to point of sale. Look, if the guy pulls out a card and it matches his ID and it goes through.
Yeah, for that transaction, then perfect.
I can't do anything, right? If what happens is I think is going to happen is when we go to ask for ID, they're going to be like,
The store manager confirmed the suspect's actions and provided identifying information to law enforcement. Criminal activity at major retail centers rarely goes unnoticed. Close coordination between loss prevention personnel and police, combined with extensive surveillance camera coverage, leaves offenders with virtually no chance of evading detection.
I'm like, man, I had to run and go get it, man. I was like, it's been a day.
Holidays are coming up.
That's right, yeah.
There you go.
No, never. Not once. Yeah, it's never happened to me. It's never happened to me. Usually the criminal's long gone by the time. Yeah, they probably have like a card reader where like you see it.
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah. What's your phone number here or your and you swear everything you told me?
Yeah. Everything. That's all I know.
Good. It looks like they're coming out, so I know they.
It looks like the transaction went through, so no issue. All right, thank you.
Yep. Excuse me. You mind if I talk to you guys for a second? Sure. You mind if I talk to you guys? So here, let's get out of the way. So earlier, were you here and made a purchase on a credit card on American or tried to make a purchase? No. You weren't just here a little while ago and tried to make one and it got declined?
No.
So not you. Are you sure? Where are you at before here?
I just got here. I was going to go get my man.
Got you. So just a little while ago, you weren't just in there trying to make a purchase for $3,000. It got declined. You walked out and then he joined you while you're standing over here. Yeah, but I've known you for a while. Right. Okay, so they just had a purchase here.
Somebody's lying. Somebody is like, why lie? Do y'all know that there's surveillance? Like,
not just trying to get a little defensive. I'm sorry. I get it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, but you're just interrupted. I was just right. You just asked me for what was it into, and I was trying to.
Talking about we just got here. Are you? Do you think we're dumb? Huh? Like, you think we're dumb? Like,
explain the situation, and then you interrupted me. So I'll wait. Right. So that was what I was trying to get to. Okay. So just a little while ago, there was a purchase that was made here at Louis Vuitton. Okay. It was used with a card, and then it got declined. Okay. And so what they just told me was it was you that made the purchase, and then you exited the store, stood over here.
I was looking at a bag.
Yeah, looking at a bag.
I came back. I met my man.
Right.
Came back.
Right. So that's what I was getting to.
look at this. I met my man. What? This dude? Really? Bro, man, it's a lot of stuff going on in this world, y'all. A lot of stuff, man.
Right, you just said a little while ago.
I was here looking at a bag.
Right.
I was walking around.
And did you use a American Express or Airlines card, Advantage card? No, you did not.
Why are you lying?
No, I didn't.
If somebody is already saying this, they already gathered some sort of evidence.
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
What is this for? I'm confused.
Because the card that was used in that transaction was stolen.
Oh, no, I don't have a card. I don't have my ID. I literally just came here to meet him.
Okay. So were you here before, again, back to that other question, were you here when he was not here?
Yeah, I was in here walking around. I looked at a bag, and that was it. And then I left and I met him.
So during that transaction there, like I was saying, that bag, you tried to purchase it.
No.
You did not try to purchase it, and you never handed them. So the cameras there, and the transaction was not. Is that not true? Because I want you to please be completely honest with me, because it's not a big deal.
No, I tried to use my card, but I did not get anything.
So now we're getting more of the story here, right?
Look at you now you being more honest. Why are you lying though?
Okay.
Officers made contact with the suspect, who began providing false statements regarding her prior presence in the store.
Boy.
When confronted, offenders often panic and instinctively deny wrongdoing. However, lying to law enforcement only worsens the situation. Inconsistencies in a suspect's statements are among the clearest psychological indicators of deceptive behavior.
Okay, gotcha. And then you told me that you did not make a transaction, and hold on, let me finish. Then you told me that you did not make a transaction at all, but then now you just told me that you just used your card, right? So let's get back to the real story, okay? I just told you the card that you tried to make a transaction, because I'm just going to be completely honest with you, okay?
Yeah, that's my card.
No. The card that you tried to make a purchase with.
I only have my card, so.
Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
No, I don't.
All right. That's fine. So you have nothing with your name on it inside your purse?
I have my card, yes.
Okay. Can you take it out for me? Do you have any other cards inside of there? So when they look back and try to see the purchase that you tried to make earlier, will it say this card on it?
It should. It didn't go through, so.
So will it? Well, it registers, right? So everything that you do, all the transactions are obviously kept in the computer system. I'm sorry if I'm boring you there.
No, I don't
Okay,
understand
so
what this
is this going to be the card?
Yes,
I'm going to
it
ask
is.
you one time.
Yes, it
okay?
is.
And honestly, we'll probably get you a long ways, right? Because we've already got a little bit tripped up in the truth
I'm telling you
story,
it is.
okay?
I just don't understand what is happening right now.
So, like I told you before, all right? I want you to be completely honest. So there's about,
Look at this dude. He like, gosh, damn. He know what's going on. You know what's going on.
before. All right? I want you to be completely honest. So there's about 400 cameras throughout this mall.
Right.
Okay? In Nordstrom, there's cameras. Okay?
Okay.
Right? You know what happened in Nordstrom?
No, I don't.
Okay. So there's cameras all throughout Louis Vuitton as well, okay?
Okay.
All right? And when you present a card,
Right.
when you try to make a transaction, it is logged.
Is law what?
Logged.
Oh,
Logged.
okay, yeah.
L-O-G-G-E-D.
Right, yes.
Okay? So when you tried to make that purchase for that bag, so again, I'll explain the story. Someone's card was stolen, okay? You get the person who the card belongs to gets notification from Nordstrom, all right, that a purchase was made for $1,000, a little over $1,000, okay? And even more, Louis Vuitton gets the person, she gets another notification that someone is using her card at Louis Vuitton for about $3,000 for a bag. Okay, like I said, there's cameras all over this mall. Every inch of this mall is monitored by the camera surveillance system. Okay, Louis Vuitton, the person who the card belongs to, she gets to Louis Vuitton just a little while ago, alerts them of what's going on. Okay, obviously they're able to backtrack and see every transaction and purchase that is made. Okay, so young lady here, there is who they identify. There's only one declined transaction today for that same amount. And it matches the card number that it was used for that transaction matches the victim's stolen credit card. Okay? And unfortunately, they identified you as being the person who used that card during that transaction. And during that transaction, she said they're saying that she told them that her name was who is the card owner. You get what I'm saying?
So
and after she hold on one
Sorry.
second. Let me just finish this 1 second. So after she makes the transaction, she comes out of the store, stands over here, and then that's when you come and join
That's
her.
not true, because
That's not what happened.
that wasn't true. I literally.
So that was earlier, and then you guys go back inside.
That's not what happened.
Okay.
Officers referenced the store's surveillance
Oh
system and
gosh. How can you deny cameras? Like, that's not what happened. What happened then?
electronic transaction history to refute the suspect's claims. Verbal denials are fleeting, but electronic data remains. Any attempt to deny involvement was rendered ineffective by digital forensic evidence, including transaction logs and video footage. When facing the justice system, honesty remains the most prudent course of action.
and then she returns with you.
When was she supposed to leave there?
That the exact time, I don't know the exact.
So,
but again, that kind of how do they know that
so
she?
they don't know whether or not there's a conflict.
Well, there is no conflict because it matches exactly what they were saying. Okay, she was in there, hold on. She was in there by herself, looking at a bag, which is exactly what she says. Right? She says, and then she kind of changes the story. First she said she didn't make a transaction, then she said she did try to make a transaction, but it was declined. Right? Then she leaves out, and you guys come back again with you, which is exactly what they said.
Okay, so you just said you guys come back. You want to correct that?
Well, I should say she comes back with you. Okay. So you weren't a part of the original thing at all whatsoever. Okay. So you weren't a part of it whatsoever. But it gets to and the stories match up. She was in there by herself, tried to make a transaction using the victim's stolen card, and then you come.
My thing is, it's like, you know that you're lying. You know you're lying.
With her when she leaves out. Whatever happens, you guys meet up, whatever, y'all go back inside, or you go inside with her at that time. So you had no involvement in it whatsoever. All right, so we'll get that. We'll get that.
Speak, and I'm afraid
go ahead.
Because
go ahead.
you accused me of interrupting you. So let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead. Whenever you're ready to talk.
Okay. So I met her someplace else, and it took us about 20 minutes to get in there.
Right.
Right. You keep saying that I was either we or us, and so that's not really what counts. So what you're saying is she went in there as Laura, and she used somebody else's card, and she used it downstairs at Nordstrom's.
Downstairs or upstairs, whichever one.
Okay,
yes.
She used that card also as Laura over at Nordstrom's?
That I'm not too worried about. Right now we're worried about the Louis Vuitton. So it's two different incidents here. Two different incidents.
Okay, so then I go in there, and she's been kind of hitting on me to get a bag for a little while. So then she's giving me this bullshit that I'm going to give her a bag. And the reason why I said bullshit is because I'm totally against spending this much money in a bag. So she talks me into it, and I do it. So now, that's just because of my own principles. I never spent this much money in a bag or whatever.
Right.
So I go and I buy the bag. It has nothing to do with the previous stuff, and I can't really tell. Are you saying that she was alone and she was popping in and doing all these things?
Yeah. So once again, yes. So earlier today, she was by herself again. She was by herself.
Today?
Earlier.
I was in here like 10 minutes before.
Wait. I wanted to do that.
So earlier today, what time? Don't know. Not of an issue, right? She was in it.
It's an issue to me because I know what her time it is.
Well, she just by her. What is the big issue? Like, what are you trying to dispute? Because by her own, hold on.
Dude,
by her own admission, she said she was in there by her. Okay, actually, you don't even need to be here. Actually, so you can go ahead and leave. You don't need. I mean, there's no point in me even talking to you.
Dang. He like, you know what? You're right. He's like, actually, you're right. Now he flipped it. He like, you know what? You're actually right. You shouldn't even be here. You wasn't even involved. God don't see this. That's what happens when you lie. You're deceitful, and your lies just keep catching up with you.
You're not a part of this whatsoever. Just like you wanted me to clarify with the we. So you are not involved in this whatsoever. My issue is with her. All right?
Okay, but the time.
So right now you're being detained, all right, for an investigation. Okay? That's what's happening right now. So right now you're not free to leave at whatsoever. Okay? All right?
Why?
Because like I said, I'm conducting an investigation into the theft. So that's what's going to happen right now, okay? So what I just need you to do, just stay right there. Don't move. If you want to, you can move against the wall there or whatever to get out of the way, though, okay? Hey, are they able to have the cashier? Because I don't want to leave her by herself. Just the person who did the transaction and this transaction just come out right quick. All right, man. We're gonna go out to my police car, okay? Because you're under arrest right now. So otherwise, I'm asking you to listen. I know.
So now what? What's happening?
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. I just want to know. I've never been in this situation.
No, it's time for a first, huh?
So I just want to know where's the proof. I didn't do anything. Can you tell me, please? Is it not okay for you to tell me? You can't tell me what the process is?
We'll talk when we get outside.
As the suspect was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody, she appeared shocked and attempted to portray herself as the victim. Finding lost property and using it does not constitute good fortune. It constitutes theft and fraud. Many young individuals with limited legal knowledge mistakenly believe that if they did not physically remove a credit card from a wallet, they are innocent. This misunderstanding often results in serious consequences, including the loss of personal freedom.
I think I'm not being mean. I think I've been actually very nice to you. Probably too nice to you.
Dang. I ain't gonna lie, man. When you getting escorted out and you got all these people, just look at all these people looking.
Consequences, including the loss of personal freedom. Hold
on. Just imagine.
We'll talk when we get outside.
As the suspect was placed in handcuffs and taken into custody, she appeared shocked
everybody
and attempted to
looking
portray
at
herself
you.
as the victim.
That's embarrassing. This is why you should never commit any theft, anything, because now you gonna look stupid.
Using it does not constitute good fortune. It constitutes theft and fraud. Many young individuals with limited legal knowledge mistakenly believe that if they did not physically remove a credit card from a wallet, they are innocent. This misunderstanding often results in serious consequences, including the loss of personal freedom.
I think I'm not being mean. I think I've been actually very nice to you. Probably too nice to you.
Dang, look at everybody looking like, dang. Yeah, see everybody just looking at him.
I'm going in the car.
Yeah.
Why?
Your favorite turn this way. You have anything on you? Any weapons, guns, knives, anything like that?
No. Am I going to jail?
Probably so.
For what?
That's
sir?
what happens when you steal, you go to jail.
I didn't though.
Okay. If you still want to stick with that story, okay. You still want to stick with that story. Although you didn't have your ID, that's another lie that you told me.
I really didn't think I had it because I switched my bags.
Got it. You're just full of them, huh?
I don't know why. People just think that they just lie.
No, I have so many bags.
I don't think you understand the severity of what's going on right now.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Right now, you're being detained for felony investigation, which means it's prison time, right? Felony. Felony.
But I didn't use her card to purchase anything. So how does this work? I'm going to jail?
Most likely, yeah.
What does that depend on?
So I'm going to read you your rights in just a moment here and going to ask you more questions. Just like I told you before, honesty goes a way. All right, so like I was saying, right, so obviously first I come to you, right, very nicely, right, ask you just questions of what happened, stuff like that. First you told me that you weren't in Louis Vuitton earlier, and then you told me, okay, maybe you were there, and then you told me, what did you tell me? That you didn't make a purchase there. Then you finally came and said that you did make a purchase, and then you changed to you use your card and all that stuff, right? So let me tell you this: I've been doing this for a long time, right? Over almost 10 years, right? So it's not my first rodeo. It's not the biggest crime of the century, right? It's still a felony crime, right? Obviously, I'm not there just because I just want to come over here, right? I obviously know what happens, right? Like I told you, there's cameras everywhere. Everything is logged, so I'm not dumb or slow. Right? I'm pretty good at what I do, right? So I've already told you what you did because I saw it with my own eyes on camera, right? So I'm not naive. So please don't try to challenge my intelligence, right? Because I know what happened, right?
Wow.
I don't know why you would even lie about that. So we'll start over, okay? We'll start over. We're going to forget the past. We're going to start over, okay?
Officers read the suspect her Miranda rights and methodically laid out the entire course of the offense based on established investigative procedures. This demonstrated the professionalism of law enforcement. The suspect was given an opportunity to make a voluntary admission, but when she continued to provide evasive responses, officers relied on logical, evidence-based questioning to dismantle the suspect's psychological defenses.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go to jail. Yeah, especially that.
Is that a bad crime?
It's a felony crime, so yes, it is.
Does it go by the amount that they try to?
Yeah, so well, there's a couple things. So one is a felony theft, right? Because $1,000 of theft that she was actually able to deprive you with, that is a felony crime. So over $720 or whatever it is now, that is a felony, and obviously $1,000 is over that. So that, and then there's another charge with unlawful use of a stolen credit card, right? But yeah, she is, the felony crimes though. She is, going through on that. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys.
No problem. All right. You have a good day. So yeah, she admitted to all of it. So.
The suspect ultimately admitted that she had found the card and intentionally used another person's credit card. Regret often comes only after the handcuffs are secured. While a confession at this stage may be necessary for the judicial process, it cannot erase criminal liability that has already been established. A moment of greed can cost an entire future.
All right, you want to call? You gotta.
Is there any way I could take this off and make
No.
this cuffs? Or loosen them a little bit, maybe?
No.
Okay, how do I do this?
You're gonna gotta swing your arms out or whatever.
I'm gonna call him and my mom after, okay?
Say it again.
Can I call him and my mom after?
Yeah, go ahead.
Babe, I'm sorry. You're on speaker right now. I'm really sorry for all of this. I'm this is gonna happen, or else I would have never did this.
I'm not your call.
What?
I'm not your one phone call.
What do you mean?
I said it clear.
What do you mean, babe? You can't call me?
No.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
The dude that tried to help her at first, he like, I'm not your call. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Well, what about everything?
Don't tell you, man. I mean, you're running around stealing shit with credit cards.
I didn't mean to. I just found it and it was a decision.
Yep, it was.
They're taking you in jail.
I don't know how I can help you.
You can't help me bail me out tomorrow?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah. Call your dad.
They can't help me, babe.
You have to. It's a family issue.
But they don't have it to help me.
You gotta deal with it.
What do you mean?
Damn.
The suspect attempted to contact an accompanying individual to request bail assistance, but the request was refused and met with criticism. Criminal conduct does not only lead to court proceedings, it often results in the breakdown of personal relationships. When greed leads someone into the criminal justice system, respect and trust from others, including those closest to them, can be lost just as quickly.
Mom. Yeah. Alright, don't freak out, okay? But I got arrested. They're taking me to jail. What? Stealing with the card. I'm gonna need you to bail me out tomorrow. I'll give you the money, but I won't know anything until.
Wow. Now, the next question is, who's she getting the money from? Man.
Tomorrow, I guess.
Folks is crazy.
Just text it to me real
Mom,
quick.
I can't text.
Okay.
Like, I'm in handcuffs right now. This is my only call.
Let's go.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Girl, put her phone in. Cool. All right, do me a favor, step out. You're gonna go with this officer here, so just listen to what he needs.
Officers outlined the serious charges the suspect was facing. A permanent mark on a criminal record carries long-term consequences, affecting employment opportunities, travel eligibility, and future quality of life. This serves as a powerful warning to anyone considering taking property that does not belong to them. Based on irrefutable evidence from surveillance footage and electronic transaction records, the suspect was formally charged with grand theft and unauthorized use of a credit card. Taking possession of a lost bank card and using it for personal purchases is not a matter of fortunate coincidence, but a deliberate criminal act. This case stands as a stark reminder against materialistic thinking and flawed judgment among some young individuals.
Oh,
In a
boy.
digital society,
Oh my goodness. Y'all. This is why y'all don't. Can't do that, man. Can't do that stealing, bro. It's crazy, man. Now, she ruined her record. I just don't get lying, man. I don't get why people like lying. I really don't. I really don't. that's it for day 7. I know I gotta do more. I'm trying to see. Day 8 might be. So I'm gonna get my Xbox. And I think the next thing was we should figure out a game to play. So that's probably what we're gonna do. Is probably like look for a game to play. I might have a game already in mind. We'll see. Okay. As always, stay blessed, stay safe, do the right thing.